Do you remember when you were in the gallery and you totally loved Henry Asensio's work, and there were some people in the gallery and I was on the phone and you're like in your snowboard gear and you just start talking to them and jamming. They totally bought that painting later on.
I was like,
that was great. Too. That was so funny. I wanted to go to Wall Street, hedge fund company, and I actually got a job where I was working on my Series 7 at a place, and at the same time started working in this art gallery that my sister talked me in working at just during the winter time. And it was fun, and it was, all my friends were like making fun of me because I'd been working at a bank for 4 years, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like a professional storyteller. I just talk about art all day and it's really fun, and kind of fell in love with it at that point is kind of how where it began. It was supposed to be 3 months and then life.
Yeah, I was going to school at University of Utah and was living above his gallery, and we would just chat in the hallway constantly, and he asked if I'd be willing to sit in the chair while I was going to school and just take up a seat, give some of his employees time off, stuff like that. And I loved it. I fell in love with it. As I've worked in this job, I've worked with so many people that are from all over the world. You meet people that are CEOs of some of the biggest companies in the world that are the most lovey-dovey people you'll ever meet, and then there's people who are just random Joe Schmoes that are really hard nuts to crack and really hard to get them to open up to you emotionally. And so that's been one thing that I've learned, is that people are very different, and I have to try to understand them better each time I approach someone.
Art is the photo album of the human race. It's who we were and it's who we are. And going on with that, it's who we're becoming and it's who we're going to be later on. And everything in the world is developed in the sense through art.
We have a tendency to pick up artists that have it. They have the guts, they got the stuff. They're confident, they know who they are, they know what they're doing.
We probably get on a weekly basis at least 5 people that submit to show here at the gallery, and it's maybe 1 a year that we'll say, hey, we'd love to take you on as an artist. But that relationship and the building up and building clientele with the same artist and recurring, and people can come back and have confidence that they're going to see the latest of that artist. If they're a collector or a person that almost bought, they want to come back and maybe see if there's something that works for them. And so when picking an artist in general, when they're talented, but what's more talent is to be able to have the mind control to say, this is who I am and this is what I'm about. And when they come into an art gallery, nobody knows what they're expecting, especially here in Park City. It's a tourist town, so 90% of what we sell is people that are just visiting. And so we have 3 minutes to figure them out as fast as we can and then go into selling them art. It's like you're selling people like their own trophies that they won already, but they just don't know what the trophy looks like. Art is something that, the government doesn't, force you to own it, doesn't force you to, you don't have to have it. It's not like insurance. It's something, yeah.
It's very personal.
Yeah, so when we talk about art, and if we sound fluffy ever, it's because it's so personal. I mean, there's moments where people connect with something, and it's magical for us, and it's the part with our job that we love, is that when people can connect with something, it's like we connect with them as well, and there's a bond and a friendship made there, and it's the gallery, but it's also like us, and it's
a piece of someone that almost the entire world doesn't get to see but you, and you've only known them for 20 minutes. I mean, you literally get to dig deep into someone's soul that you've known for just a few minutes. Like, it's really interesting to be able to literally see someone's soul put out on a page in front of you. It's a rush. It's fun. It's awesome. Yeah.
And there's also the people that just walk in and
and
they
like it
and they buy it.
Yeah.
And then there's the people that are the fun ones.
Yeah.
We have a great time here. We have so much fun. I think, as far as you take a profession, you take any work, it's work. And a lot of people see, when we have a great time, we joke around with each other, we wrestle, we punch each other, we call each other out. I mean, we have a good time, and we know how to also work. And when we have successes, to rejoice in a sense in those successes. I mean, there's a lot of adrenaline that hits when you're selling and you're able to close something that's tough, or when we even get a phenomenal painting in. There's such a high level of oxytocin, serotonin, everything just like hitting that. It's a constant like visual
Yeah, you're kind of on a high all the time.
explosion of fun.
Yeah.
So we have a good time. We like to call people out and have like laugh.
Also, I'm sitting next to literally the one person in the entire world that would just assume that the entire world gets to experience the craziest, most awesome things always. So my schedule from time to time always is listed with random things such as taking the wakeboard boat out, going skiing, and that's my work day for the day. So he is one of those people that really enjoys a lot of fun and a lot of just being able to get out and do stuff. So he's a good boss to have for that too.
Fun.
So
Good time.
yeah.